Greetings, dear Cancer. Welcome to Tifa's Tarot, and I hope you're doing well wherever you are in the world. And today we're going to go ahead and take a peek at your general tarot reading for Gemini season of 2025. So keeping in mind the Gemini season started on May 20th and lasted about a month until June 20th, which is right before that summer solstice. So Gemini season is a fantastic, wonderful season where we're getting out there more. If you're in the Northern Hemisphere, the weather's warm now. The kids are out of school, it's summer, lots of vacations are being planned, and people are generally just planning time with loved ones and just making some time to really like enjoy our recreational life as well. Okay, those are very prevalent things for Gemini season. So making sure that you're taking the opportunity to go out there, be communicative, be collaborative, talk with one another, go to that event, go to that party, engage in that conversation. That's your sign to do that for the season. So we're going to do a 3-card spread, and we are using the New Era Elements Tarot to pull your messages, dear Cancer. Let's go ahead and set the intention. This is for the sign of Cancer. So if you have Cancer and it is in your sun, your moon, or your rising, then it is my sincerest intention that this reading may resonate with you in some capacity and that you're able to receive these messages and apply them to your own life, always and only for your highest good. Let's go ahead and get started. We are first looking at the Challenger card. So this is saying like what is standing in your way during the season, and what is something that you need to transmute. What is Cancer's challenge this month or this season? Okay, so you've got the Ace of Water, right? Or the Ace of Cups here. Could be having, if you're in a relationship, you could be having like a bit of a lull emotionally because it's coming up as a challenge. And then you've got 7 of Swords, so deception. Interesting. Let's do one more before we dissect this. And then you've got the Sun. So I'm getting, this is coming up in your challenge position. So there's something definitely here about a relationship, perhaps. The Ace of Cups is like a new proposal. This is like how we express our love, right? Getting into a new relationship, a new opportunity for that. Then finding, if you are someone who is, or if you're in a new relationship, there's some energy here about some possible deception. 7 of Swords indicates somebody is cheating, somebody's lying to get ahead. It's just, or just not being wholeheartedly honest with one another, or one party is not being honest with the other person. And it's really preventing an authentic start of love in some capacity, okay? Now, this could be perhaps with a, not necessarily Leo, but the Sun also can indicate a few things. The Sun talks about like just being blissfully in an active state of joy. But it's also about things being exposed, right? Because the Sun is here to illuminate things, right? So something could be coming to your attention that's very crystal clear, or something that could be being exposed in regards to a deceptive situation in your love life, okay? And I'm seeing that is something that maybe you need to get out of. And this is your energy and you feel like you haven't been the most authentic in your relationship at this time. And maybe there are some like deceptive features of how you're moving and shaking. Like this is here to maybe as a warning that like you could be exposed, like some certain elements could be exposed about how you're moving, okay? Or this could have to do with another person in your life, okay? It could also mean, when I see the Ace of Cups could also be talking about, let's say if you're someone who's trying to have a baby, right? Say like you really want to have a kid, like you're locked in, but there are some things that you're doing to kind of sabotage it as well, because this can also be self-sabotage that you really need to examine, and maybe there is something that's coming to light about that. So I'm not sure why I thought of that exact example, but something along those themes of love and deception and exposure are coming up as a challenge. Do with that as you will. All right, let's go ahead and look at the mirror card. So looking at yourself, Cancer, what is happening to you in this season and what do you need to be aware of? What is happening to Cancer this season? Ooh. Okay, you've got the Hermit. Hermit is about being a little withdrawn, spending a lot of solo time, establishing a lot of clarity about things. Okay, you've got the Nine of Swords. That's being anxious, having a lot of anxiety. And you got the Two of Cups. This is definitely something to do with your love life. If I had to guess, if you're in a committed partnership, like you feel really kind of alone at this time. Hermit is just, you're taking a step back and you're really kind of going within to think. You're looking for a reason. You're you're on a quest for like what's going on here. Okay. I do think this is in connection to a soulmate partnership because Two of Cups came out. Okay. And there's something about this partnership that makes you really nervous, right? Because that Nine of Swords is just like not like mentally feeling not up to it, having a lot of anxiety, maybe even depression in regards to this relationship, or maybe like the depression could just be like you just feeling like so alone and disconnected from your partnership, or it's like there's something in the relationship that's going on now. Whoever is instigating it, that's neither here nor there. It's just an energy that's existing where both parties are very isolated and not really connecting, maybe like growing in separate ways away from each other, but not really coming together as a union for that. Okay. And it is causing like a bit of like, are we good? Are we okay? Right. So I am seeing that in your mirror card. So this is heavy on a partnership that I'm getting here for you, Cancer. And then finally, let's go ahead and let's look at our helper card. So a helper card is what's going to help you the most, basically. Like, what do you need and what do you need to focus on for this season? You got the Five of Swords. Talks about a lot of mental mulling over, going back and forth in your head with things. You got the Ten of Swords. This is very uncomfortable energy here. And then you got the Moon. Whew. Okay. Five of Swords is definitely some type of conflict. Now, whether the conflict is internal and it's not something that you're verbalizing with another person, this could very well be like the confines of your head, which kind of explains that Nine of Swords, because that Nine of Swords is just like overthinking, like having things run in the back of your head, right? And then with this Five of Swords, this to me is just like it's conflict and it's verbal, internal, argumentative conflict, but it's giving the energy that it's kind of coming from within. I feel like there could be something, perhaps an event, perhaps something that you've been doing or another person has been doing, but I really feel like you'd like to put it behind you. The Ten of Swords is just like the worst has happened. Okay, this is a painful ending to something. If you have made the decision perhaps to separate with a partner, that could also be on the horizon. You could be feeling like this just is like you've given it the time, the thought, the energy, and there could be something significant in Gemini season where you're really just deciding that enough is enough and that you're going to make a clean break because it's just been painful enough for you to endure, and that you're ready to just kind of go out into the unknown, because the Moon excuse me, the Moon represents problems that are unseen. Okay, these are issues that you're just not sure. You're really just trying to trust your intuition at this point with the Moon. And I think your intuition is going to be very strong. Like you have to decide like if this situation is painful enough for you to just move on from, or this like, is just going to require like another some more work, right, that you maybe could be exhausted of doing by this time. Okay. So overall, that's what I'm getting. This is heavy relationship problems for the Cancers that are resonating with this. And I wish you the best. My name is Tifa. I do tarot. If you'd like more clarity on this message, do feel free to book me for personal. I don't charge much. You can feel free to look in the description of this video to see the link to my Calendly and the services that I offer. And also, please go ahead. I'm going to link this to the description of the video. I've made a video about important astrological transits that are happening in Gemini season. So please go ahead and check that out so that you are just more aware and more in tune of how we are collectively experiencing things at this time. All right. So with that being said, thank you so much, Cancer, for listening to this message in its entirety. I love you. I hope everything goes well. Take care. Have a good day.